The tomato. For centuries, mankind has shared an uneasy cohabitation with this vicious vegetable. It has shaped our very history, has influenced our literature, and our art. But the question remains, how long? How long has mankind been forced to fight for domination with this most cruel vegetable? Well, I am pleased to be able to bring you evidence today that we have indeed lived side by side since the beginning of recorded history with the killer tomato. Greetings everyone, this of course is the Starving Martian, and today I am very, very, very pleased to be able to bring you Mummato, or possibly Mummato. I don't know for sure how one would pronounce that, but I like Mummato. It has a little more class to it. Still, if you prefer Mummato, go right ahead. You say Mummato, I say Mummato. But it has been years since I was able to acquire a new Attack of the Killer Tomatoes action figure. These things do not crop up often, and when they do, they are seldom at what I would call an optimal price. I, of course, am a collector on a budget, so I am frequently unable to acquire some of the objects that capture my fancy, but I've been a fan and a collector of the Killer Tomato franchise for years. I've got a number of videos on the subject. Go back and check those out. I've done one on each of the two Killer Tomato comic books. And also one of my earlier videos was a collage of all of the tomato action figures, toys, figurines, plushies, whatever in my collection. But it did not feature this guy because until a few weeks ago, I did not feature this guy. So this, as I said, is Mummato. And let's see if we can't get in a little closer. There we are. Don't be shy. And he is a mummified tomato. Because back in ancient Egypt, back in the day, they didn't have as good techniques for preserving foods as you and I have. They couldn't can a tomato. They could only dry it out and hope it kept. So, Mummato, everybody. Mummato. So anyway, so this is a character from the cartoon TV show Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Sadly, it's a show that I've never had an opportunity to view, so I can't tell you anything about him or his character. All I can tell you is this action figure looks pretty darn neat. He comes with a special feature, as all of these Killer Tomato action figures did, which is you squeeze him at the side and he opens his mouth. Rah! And this one's a little tough, a little stiff with age, but that seems appropriate for the character. It's also starting to get a little chilly, and I've noticed that the plastic that these guys are made out of, when it's cold, it gets harder, and it becomes more difficult to squeeze them and make them gulp down their prey. So that's also going on. In the summertime, when it's sweltering, they will pop open their mouths at the slightest provocation. This guy comes complete with Fireman Hoser. Yeah. So here is Fireman Hoser. He doesn't want to focus. Maybe we'll bring the focus in on him. There we are. So Fireman Hoser here is short on paint detail. These guys all came with a little human figure from the cartoon show. And yeah, none of them are detailed particularly well. but that's alright because basically they're an accessory. They're just there so that you have something for your killer tomato to munch. Nom, 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 nom. Of course, the fun thing about the killer tomatoes is they can munch just about anything or anyone that will fit in their mouths. So, take a crash test dummy, for example. Oh, delicious. Well, what else? How about, a Toy Story alien? Yeah. Toy Story alien. After all, Sid's dog enjoyed munching on them, so there we go. Nom 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 nom. Get out of there. Alright, so detail-wise, as you can see, this guy's got wrappings all over the place. They did a really nice job on the dried flesh. You can see it's all wrinkly and nasty looking in there. Now there are a couple spots right over here, for example, and up here, which clearly should have been that red color and are just left unpainted. That's a little unfortunate, but oh well, he displays better from this side, and you really want to be looking him kind of head on anyway. Look at his classic bandaged face. Let's do a couple quick size comparisons, shall we not? So this is one of the larger size killer tomatoes. There's 3 size classes. There's the basic, like Ketchup here. And you can see he is quite a bit bigger. And there were 3 of those guys. And then there's the larger class, like Zoltan. And that's what he belongs to. So these two go together well. So I now possess both of the larger class tomatoes. Hooray for me. And then there were the walking tomatoes, as I call them. They had vine type legs. And they look taller, but that's all in the vines. The tomato portion is not that big comparatively. Shaboom. And yeah, that's basically it. That's Mummato. He's always got his eyes rolled upwards. He's waiting for the coming of Amun-Ra, I guess. And he is pretty cool, and he looks really nice on my tomato shelf, which I cannot show you because I had to disassemble it to create this little video here. So, but you could just imagine, go back, look at my previous videos, and just picture this guy with them. So yeah, as I said, these guys don't come up often, and they're very, very, very costly. We're looking around 50 at least a piece for these larger class, and that's used, and that's sometimes without the little accessory figurine. So I was able to get a decent deal on this guy. Still more than I tend to pay for a lump of plastic, but I make exceptions for the tomatoes. So guys, this has been the Starving Martian, bringing you an exclusive look at the oldest killer tomato that history has yet to record. We'll catch up with you next time with yet another random review, but until then, as always, keep watching the skies, as our friend here is doing. Bye.